Cody in the morning. WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome into the Simply Superior studio inside the A-Cup House on the Grand Ole Opry Plaza. It is a brisk morning in Music City, everybody, as we get started today. We got a lot of things to talk about. I'm Kelly Sutton. That's Charlie Mattis. We've got Annie Nye standing by. Jeff Roberts is upstairs. Billy Boy has the day off today. And we have a packed show. We were just talking about all the people that are coming in to see us and hang out with us. Thunderstorm Artis is coming in. I loved watching him. He was on American Idol this past season, and we were definitely a Thunderstorm family. We were rooting for him. He's going to be making his Grand Ole Opry debut this weekend.
Yeah, Sunday night. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to that. And Charlie Crockett's on that show too. We're going to have a lot of fun on Sunday at the Opry.
I haven't seen Charlie since Stagecoach.
Oh, wow.
He was out there with us this year at Stagecoach. So, yeah, Thunderstorm is going to be coming in. We're going to talk to him all about his Grand Ole Opry debut coming up. Also, get ready, everybody, because we have Post Malone's grand opening for you. It all happened last night. Went down on Broadway. Get this. Free food, free drinks for a long time last night. I don't know if those people are still standing outside drinking and eating. They might be. But we'll give you the details on Posties that is now open.
I could have gone after the Opry.
Yeah, you could have. You absolutely could have. I'm sure that they were still hanging out. And, of course, he shut down Broadway and did a big concert. So details on that coming up. Domino's and Shaboozey. Two things I did not know I would be saying in a sentence together. But here we go. Yeah, Domino's has tapped Shaboozey to do a jingle for them.
I do like the Domino's.
I do too.
And I like Shaboozey. So look at that. A win-win.
It's all the way around good news.
Oh, look what you did right there.
Did you hear that?
I saw
did
what
you hear that?
Very
I got
nice.
that in there.
Very
Some
nice.
good news from Shaboozey.
Is
And Thunderstorm Artis tearing it up on American Idol. Was that the first time that you got a chance to meet them, or did you meet them before?
That was the second time I got to meet them.
Okay.
I met him a while ago, like at a show with John Legend. We had like barely
Let me
connected.
get all these names. Hold on. We're dropping a lot of names.
Just a small
I was with John
artist.
Legend. No big deal. Oh my gosh.
And so it was such a beautiful art because it had been like about 5 years.
Right.
And for that performance, like we didn't have really any time to rehearse until like the day of. They showed up and they were like, the most beautiful thing, I had learned the song my own way. And they were like, hey, Thunder, you know, instead of you learning it the way we do it because we weren't able to be here, why don't you sing it the way you will? And we're just going to learn to come alongside you. And that was the most beautiful, humble thing that I've ever experienced from any artist.
Because they're those people.
Yeah.
That's the type of people they are. They are incredible humans. I mean, not even to talk about their artistry and what they sound like and how perfect they are together, but they just really are, their hearts are that big. And I love that. That's so cool. Well, thank you for coming back to see us.
Thank you for having me, man. This is so much fun. This is the best way to start the morning.
I told you last time that we were such big Thunderstorm fans in our house. We were cheering and rooting the entire time. And now you get to make your Grand Ole Opry debut this week.
I am buzzing, man. When I saw that email, I remember when you told me that you were gonna reach out.
We were like, we're gonna do this. Charlie and I were like, okay, we're gonna make sure that somebody knows.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna know.
At first I was like, you know, maybe it's like, you know, like that bar talk, you know, when some people say that and then nothing ever happens. And then when I was like, man, this is happening, I was like, I better be ready, man. I better be ready.
This is going. So you've been over to the Opry House. You've seen it. You've been in it. What is the thought process for you? Like, did you know about it before when you were growing up? What is the history of it? I think everybody has their own path.
Right.
And I remember hearing a lot about it, and my dad listened to it a lot. I didn't. It wasn't of my generation, but then getting here and learning the history of it, I was like, oh, wow, I get it. So where do you fall in that kind of category?
No, thank you for asking. So growing up, I always heard a little bit about it because growing up in Hawaii, you're so far removed from everything. And so, you know, when you're looking at videos and things like that, you see artists that are performing here. And then when I first came to Nashville about 5 years ago, that's when I really just saw just the history of it. I actually got to come through and watch a show, and it was really fun. And then my friend debuted, Todd Tillman, who was on The Voice with me.
Yes.
So I came through for that. And on the day, also Natalie Grant was performing. And it was just, she sang His Eyes on the Sparrow, and it made me weep. And I'm just looking at the iconic and just reading the history on this place. It was a stage that quite honestly, I was like, man, I don't think I'll ever be able to stand on. And so for me, when you guys reached out, it was just a huge honor, because artists that I've listened to my entire life, like on cassettes and on whatever, like my dad had, like have played on the stage, you know what I mean? So getting the chance and the opportunity to do this is a huge honor. So that's my thought process going into it, is I want to cherish the moment and I want to honor it as best as I can with doing songs that I know that are worthy for the stage.
Oh, so very well put. You know, the interesting thing in being in Hawaii, I've been a few times, there is such a country tie to Hawaii. And it's where, you know, the steel, the lap steel, pedal steel actually started years and years and years ago. So there is this really cool country Hawaiian vibe. You hear people doing country covers with a Hawaiian twist. When you're there, you're walking by the bar and you're like, that's Johnny Cash, but with a ukulele. So did you have some of that flavoring when you were growing up? Did you hear some of those things?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, country music is huge there.
I mean Willie lives there now, so.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, he has a bar down in Maui that I've been to a bunch of times and played shows at.
You're kidding, okay.
And, but yeah, it's such tied into the culture there in Hawaii, you know. It's like, I always joke about it because I'm like, and my dad is from Texas, so like we love listening to like, you know, Southern music, whether it's country or blues. And so that's where we grew up. And then my dad would always say when we were learning music, he's like, you can't say you don't like a genre of music unless you can play it or you understand it. And so he would always teach us to study artists of all genres and all styles. And I remember when I first found like Johnny Cash, and I was just like, wow, like the storytelling, the heart, the grit, and just the vulnerability through some of the lyrics. It was just something that really captivated me versus some of the pop music. And so as I started to write music and started my career, like I pulled inspiration from a lot of artists in the Americana space and in the country space. And yeah, it's been a fun thing to learn about, to grow in, and to be in a city like this has been an honor.
Still have family and friends in Hawaii?
Yeah, my mom lives in Hawaii and two of my sisters.
So here's the cool thing. You know, about a week and a half ago, Kelly Sutton was in London at Royal Albert Hall. So they did a show at 7:30.
I mean,
but we got to hear it at 1:30 here.
Yeah.
So Sunday night at 7 o'clock, it's going to be 2 PM in Hawaii. So it'll be a post-lunch show for them. They don't have to stay up late to hear your Opry debut.
No, my mom's going to be really excited about that, man. She's really, really excited. She's super pumped. She's like, I can't wait to tune in and watch it. She was going to see if she could fly out. But I was like, Mom, don't worry. Save your money. It's going to be great.
There'll be more times.
There'll be more. Hopefully. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Well, you know, it's awesome to be in the Opera House. Don't get me wrong. But there is something magical about the theater of the mind, of listening and your interpretation of what you're seeing and what you're hearing. You know, it's just cool to hear it on the radio sometimes.
Well, and that's the original form too. Yeah. Just to have that option, it's really, really cool. Let's give everybody a backstory. So we all fell in love with you on American Idol, but you grew up doing music. This was always going to be the path, right?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a family band of 11 kids, 6 boys and 5 girls. We played out of our house in Hawaii in the Little North Shores, a town called Haleiwa. Every day from 11 to 5, folks would come through and listen to us just bang on instruments. But yeah, that's why I fell in love with music. But I didn't really get serious about it until after my father passed, when I was about 14, 15 years old. And I think that's when I started to do music as a form of therapy. And then I found my mission in life was when my therapy become therapy for others. That's why I was like, man, I need to start pursuing music at a higher level. My brother took me under his wing and we started to tour. And then I ended up on this little TV show called The Voice. I made it to top 3 in the finale for that, top of COVID. So it was crazy. And then I got to tour with so many fun artists. Never thought I would be on TV again.
Yeah, you're like, I did that.
I was like, I did that.
Did it.
American Idol reached out, and honestly, I was like, I felt at first, I was like, I don't think I can do this because I'm taking away the opportunity from other artists. And then I had some good people just told me that this is just different, and there's people that haven't heard of you that might love to hear what you have to offer. And so it was the best decision I ever made, jumping back on that TV and doing this thing again a second time around. I met Warren Treaty, and it's changed my life, and it's been a beautiful thing.
Was it easier the second time around to do a TV show, or was it a completely different set of rules because it was a different show?
It was a different experience because I felt like I was a different man. You know, going into The Voice, I was not married. I was not a father. I was just kind of floating around where the wind took me, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I just felt like I had so much more that I had to represent on Idol. And yeah, it was a different experience. Some similarities, but very different, just the structure. getting to work with someone like Jelly Roll was really, really fun on the show as well. And
Such a good guy.
Such a great guy, man.
Yeah.
And I got to hang out with James Taylor as well, and Miranda Lambert. And
He's
Are you
coming to
ready?
the Opry. You're going to make your debut before he makes his.
I
No
was
way.
just about to say that, Charlie. He's making his debut November 11th.
Yeah.
oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I have to be here
Yeah.
for this, man. I have
Isn't
to.
that cool?
That's
You'll be
amazing.
like, oh, your debut. Let me tell you about it, James. Here's how you do it.
Yeah, I'll fill you in.
This is where you park. This is where
if
you
you
walk
need me to
in.
show you, no, James is the man. The beautiful thing with both shows is I got to work with him on The Voice, and I got to work with him on American Idol, which was the craziest, surreal thing. And that's why when on Idol, when I heard he was going to be there, I chose to do his song "Fire and Rain" because I was like, you have been an inspiration for me for such a long time. Back when the iPod Nanos, like I was laying in my bed just listening to his songs, it's like, and just to hear his heart behind the song "Fire and Rain" and the story behind it, it was just such a beautiful thing.
I went on one and only one date with a girl to see James Taylor, and she wanted to leave before the encores and Sweet Baby James, and I'm like, well, this clearly is not going to work.
Yeah.
You
one date
you have a
material right
serious character flaw.
Here's some money for a cab, hon. We're going to stay. if
Real
you
quick,
want to.
would you take me back to The Voice for just a second?
Yeah.
I think, especially when you're singing for the first time and you're waiting for the chairs to turn,
Yeah.
you must have to mentally compartmentalize things a little, right? Because you got the cameras on you. There's a crowd cheering. You're trying to sing this song as best as you can, but you know at least one of these chairs got to turn. Now all four turn for you.
Yes.
But what's the process until one turns? I mean, it's kind of hard, right? I mean, it's crazy.
It is. And I mean, a fun little thing for you guys, if you don't know, the little button when they hit the sound, when they hit the button, it doesn't happen in the studio. It's added afterwards. So
you can't hear it.
you can't even hear. So, and I have a bad habit that I'm going to try to break at the Opry is I like to close my eyes and go into the music.
Sure.
And just
Oh,
kind
so
of
you don't
feel
s-
it. And so I remember because I was just terrified as heck. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this was
Yeah.
on The Voice.
Yeah.
And I was singing Blackbird by the Beatles my own way. I had my dad's Taylor. And I had my eyes closed and I was singing it. And I remembered because my stagecoach lady, she was like, open your eyes because they're the window to your soul and people need to see it.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like,
okay.
and so I opened my eyes and there was like 3 chairs already turned like in 30 seconds there. And it was like, but then it got scarier because then you had like John Legend, Nick Jonas, and Kelly Clarkson just staring into your soul as you're trying to sing this song. And I'm just like, dang it, like, don't mess it up.
So
What are
was
the
Blake?
words?
Blake was the last to turn.
Blake was the last. He told me afterwards, he was like, couldn't tell if I was playing the guitar and singing or if I was just singing and someone else was playing the guitar, and he was just listening to what the choices that I had to make. And then he turned about, I want to say like 45 seconds into it. And at that moment I was just like, man, okay, this is like, now just kind of ride the wave.
Yeah.
Like they're in.
Yeah.
I can make a mistake and it doesn't matter, but
Good. It's so good.
but it was the most fun thing I've ever done. It was a first in my family to do anything like that. And yeah, I was so thankful to God for giving me that opportunity.
So good. We're going to play I Just Want You to Know. This is the latest single.
Yes.
Give us all the details on this before we play it.
Yes, so this song, man, I wrote it with 2 of my good friends in town, Dakota Strickland and Michael Van Wagner, and it's a song about my wife because I travel a lot and I tour a lot, and my wife, anyone who has a wife back home knows that she does so much that is seen and so much that is unseen, and she's never really looking for praise for that or acknowledgement at times, but sometimes she also wants to carry a lot of that weight on her own. But it's important, like whenever I am home and even when I'm not, I just want her to know that like I'm here. You don't have to carry all this stuff by yourself. Like just let me carry your weight. Let me carry the burden. Let me carry that when I'm home. Like I take the boys and we go and do things so she can have a little her time. So this song was just kind of a message, a love letter to her.
So good. It's Thunderstorm Artis with us in the studio this morning right here on Coffee Country and Cody.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
And even though we have sunshine outside, it's a thunderstorm inside. You knew I had to do it. I had to do it. Do you have like the sound effects every once in a while? That
No,
would
I
be
should.
so cheesy and awesome.
I
Like-
should just put AC/DC on and just like
Thunderstruck.
no. Let me be set.
And then you could have the DCC cheerleaders come out and do their whole routine to it. It would be a thing. I mean, just
I'm
lean
thinking
into
that needs
it.
to be my opening song for every one of my concerts. Like,
It would be kind of great. Kind of great. Speaking of concerts, you get to tour with our friends, War and Treaty.
Oh,
This is going to
man.
be amazing. Have you already started or it's about to start?
about to start. We start
Okay.
on the 16th. We're going to start off in Florida.
Nice.
And we're going out for about 5 5 weeks. I'm looking forward to having so much fun with these guys. We're going to be doing some songs together. We're doing some songs by myself. And but yeah, I've hung out with them a handful of times. They actually signed on as my management team. They said they believed in me and they really want to help me kind of navigate this industry, and it's been amazing to work with them. They've just been such special people, and God's just been using them mightily in my life so far.
Wow. One of my favorite moments, 9 years of doing stuff at the Opry, was with Michael and Tanya on stage, and Michael brought out his mom, and they did this old spiritual. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing this incredible harmony, but from behind me. And it's Rodney Crowell and Emmylou Harris singing the harmony off stage to Michael and Tanya on. And I'm like, this is like the most heavenly surround sound on the planet, But that's the vibe they bring out at people. Yeah.
Still the longest standing ovation I've ever heard at the Grand Ole Opry. Warren Treaty.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't tell Garth.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
please.
It was just... It was so incredible just to be in the room. Anytime that they play, they just leave it all on the stage, and they're just such good people. You could not be learning from better people. So I'm so happy to hear that. That's amazing. I see the whole list is on your website. So if you guys want to go out, catch them on tour, you can find it. But you're doing Florida, South Carolina, Virginia. And you said your wife is about to undertake like this Herculean effort.
Yeah.
She is flying with your 1-year-old and 3-year-old to Australia by herself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's flying back to see her mother and her father and her brother and her nephew that she hasn't seen in person yet. So, but yeah, need all the prayers we can get just for support for her as for that, because our 2 little boys are rascals, and the 1-year-old is now moving around and climbing.
He's out of the Bjorn.
Oh man.
Oh,
he's
no.
climbing out of it. It's like aliens. He's just busting out.
Yeah. Is he way more mobile because he watches his brother?
Yeah, and he's a powerhouse, man. He kind of bullies the older brother, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, it's not supposed to be that way around, but he's throwing hands already. I'm just like, dude, come on, calm down.
Hands are for hugging, not for hitting. Oh, yeah, I had to say that a few times. And looking at what's been happening with your career, obviously there are so many twists and turns that you could never plan, but are there times where you're like, man, I had this written on my dream board and it's coming true? Like, have you had that vision board? What was on it? What have you checked off?
Man, I always love that scripture. Like, man makes his plan and God laughs.
Right.
It's like, I remember like, it was a couple years ago, I put on my dream list, man. I was like, stages that I really wanted to play. And it was for sure the Opry. It was Red Rocks Amphitheater, and it was the Royal Albert Hall. Oh. And when I wrote Red Rocks, I kid you not, I was like, 5-year plan. We're going to do the Red Rocks. And a month later, I got announced that I was doing that with Train. And I was just like, man, God has just shown me that like you got to let your dreams be known, and he's just going to bring those into fruition. And so for me, it's like, man, it's so crazy to see that like I have no idea like what's going to be in my future, and it's been amazing just to kind of step forward in faith and just be thankful for everything that God brings my way, and just be prepared, be ready. And sometimes, we think things are coming right now and it doesn't, and it's because God has something better right around the corner. And so I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful to be able to do this, and like always I say, I just step into it with an attitude of gratitude and not entitlement. So it's just like I just want to make sure that we're worthy every day.
And they just made their Grand Ole Opry debut about 3 weeks ago.
Yes, they did, man.
So that was a really good. Well, that's where I saw you that night. Was it not a Train?
No, that one I saw you at the Jelly Roll one.
That's right. Oh yeah, with Bailey Zimmerman. What a crazy night that was, huh?
Dude, crazy. Beautiful night, man.
I was talking to Kelly, and we both had this same observation, and I'm curious if you had it as well, since you've been around him a few times too. And probably the same goes for Post Malone, right? I would think the first time you see Jelly Roll, maybe even the first couple of times, he's just so striking. He's such a big guy, not as big as he used to be, but still a big guy. And you just can't help but notice all the facial art and everything, right? And after about the first 2 or 3 times, I don't see any of that anymore. And I just see those eyes and that light up the room smile, and a guy who just is so passionate about everything he's doing. And I don't know if that's your experience with him as well.
No, 100%, man. I've got to have some quality time with him. And I tell you, that man's heart is so big, and it's so big for the loss. It's so big for the people that are having a hard time, that have been through the experiences that he has been through. And I tell you, man, it's some of the most special things. Even at that show that I was there, like he kind of like pinpointed like a little kid in the audience. audience,
yeah.
and like, you know what I mean? Just that, the ability to look out and to take a huge moment and make it feel so intimate for a single individual is such a hard thing to do, and he does it so effortlessly and so special and so real. And doing Idol, he was the best thing about that whole experience for me. He just kind of took me under his wing and spoke to me a lot about just how a lot of things worked, and just the ways that he loved how I was doing things, but also the ways that he felt that I could kind of grow it and push it and be better. I love that man. He's awesome.
You had some fantastic mentors in your life.
I did.
Truly, you have.
I'm thankful, man.
I love all of it. Okay, biggest question.
Yeah.
What are you going to wear on your Grand Ole Opry debut?
Ooh,
Do you have an outfit picked out yet?
I do. Now I just got to make sure it's approved by my wife.
Okay, good.
That's every time I go to the Opry. I walk down the stairs and she goes, "Okay, you look good.
You look
Thank
good.
you."
You look
Yeah.
good.
I have something I think is going to work, and then
Okay.
she's probably going to look at it and be like, yeah, you know. But no, I got this jacket that's got these nice little like silver thunderbolts on it.
Nice.
That I'm like really excited about, and I'm just gonna she wants me to stay away from the skinny jeans, so I'm gonna try to stay away from those, but we're gonna have some good fit. It's gonna be nice. And she's actually gonna sing with me for the Opry on 2 of my songs, a new one that we're gonna play for you guys, and then there's another one that's coming out soon. It's called Dance on the Waves, that I'm really looking forward to performing for one of the first times on the stage for you guys. It's a song about it's this concept that I had, is that like I'm like the ocean and she's like the clouds, and we reflect one another. So it's like the days that she's blue and bright, like my ocean reflects that, and the days that she's turbulent and in a storm, my ocean responds to that. But when we're going through a hard season of life, let's just dance on the waves together and make it through, and just stay strong and hold on to one another. And so that's not the song that we're playing for you guys right now, but it's a song that we're going to sing together on the Opry that I'm really excited, because I can't think of a better person to share this moment with than with my wife. And she's my pride and joy and the best decision I ever made.
So now the important question is, what's she going to wear? I mean, like, that's really what we're asking.
That's why it's not really about what I'm wearing.
So
she's
true.
like shopping for her, and I'm
Good
like,
for her.
babe, you go. Here's the credit card.
Yeah.
Do whatever you need to do.
You tell her to text me if she needs anything, because I got all kinds of sparkles.
All right, and I am not the best at this, and I am not your long-term solution, but for 9 minutes, I can watch a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old if you need me on Sunday night,
Bring
okay?
the boys.
I'll keep them
Yes.
corralled on the side. Okay?
We love it when the kids come. Charlie Worsham brought his 4-year-old, and I was like, and he was climbing on the pews, and Charlie's like, no. And I said, Charlie, everybody has grown up on these. This is what it's all about. Like growing up backstage at the office, let him climb all over everything. That's part of it. You want your kids to have that experience.
Man, we were going to grab a sitter for our kids, but I guess we might just bring them.
Just bring them. Bring the sitter.
no.
The sitter
Yeah,
can wrangle them,
yeah.
but you want that picture too. You want that picture of them and that, so that they can remember it when they're older. They'll be like, I remember when Dad made his Grand Ole Opry debut.
You hear that, babe? We're bringing the kids.
She's like, no, thank you. I do not need that stress. All right, so we are going to play Useless. This is a world premiere, brand new song from Thunderstorm Artis. Give us the backstory on Useless.
Yes, so this song comes out this weekend. I'm so excited for it. It's like the night before my Opry debut. This song, man, it's kind of tells it like itself. It's pretty self-explanatory, but pretty much it's a song a little bit about my faith and about my wife as well. It's just realizing that like I could have anything in the world, but without God and without my wife, everything would be useless. And so it's like, it's like Mozart without the music. Without you, I'd be useless. So I think it's a great song. I hope you guys enjoy it. I worked really hard on it with 2 good friends of mine, and I think it's the best work I've done so far.
Congratulations on your Grand Ole Opry debut this weekend. Thank you so much for coming. Come back and see us.
Oh, let's do it anytime, man.
We love it.
Same time next week?
Okay, we'll see you then.
We're here.
Thunderstorm Artis. This is the world premiere of his new song, Useless. You're hearing it on WSM. Hey, let's do some entertainment headlines this morning. Post Malone's new bar is open. It's Posties. It's right there in the middle of Broadway. I mean, truly, you cannot miss it. It is massive. Opened it last night, cut the ribbon, did all the things, and we were there to hear what he had to say. Hopefully, none of the bad words will make it on the air, but here's Post Malone.
A new chapter for me completely, and I'm so honored that everyone came out to have their phones and hopefully get some drinks later. Like I said on Instagram, but it was a bit late. Drinks are on me tonight, the whole entire night. Food is on me tonight, whatever you want.
Isn't that?
Wow.
Drinks are on me, food is on me, and the bar is now open. So
Awesome.
Posties, check it out.
Those are my 4 favorite words.
Free,
No, drinks are on me.
Oh, nice. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
It was all night. He also closed down Broadway, did an entire show. Lainey showed up on stage with him. Dirks showed up on stage with him. It was just an all-star night.
You know, the Lainey duet is my favorite song off F1 Trillion.
Is it? They did it.
Nosedive.
That's what they did.
It's such a great song.
It's so great.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Post Malone. Well, if you're worried about Dolly Parton, she says, don't be. Y'all, I'm fine. Frida just overreacted when she told everybody to pray for me. Here's what she had to say in her video.
Hey, Natalie, bring your camera over here. I want to say something. Well, today's October the 8th, and obviously I'm here doing some commercials for the Grand Ole Opry, which is why I'm dressed kind of like a country western girl. But before I got started, I wanted to say, I know lately everybody thinks that I am sicker than I am. Do I look sick to you? I'm working hard here.
I love it so much. Do I look sick to you?
I'm working hard.
Working hard here. So Dolly is fine. Do not worry. I don't know what she was taping for us, but I'm glad that she's doing something for us. So get ready.
It's not that great scene in Midnight Cowboy. We're walking here.
We're walking here.
I'm working here.
Hey, I'm working here. So good to know Dolly is fine. I think we all should still keep her on the prayer list just to make sure. Let's keep her covered. A lot of people were really overreacting, but you know, if you want to keep Dolly at the end of your prayers, I think she would appreciate that. All right, there's a new slogan for Domino's. If you blink, you'll miss it. But it's from our friend Shabuzi. So Shabuzi has teamed up with Domino's, and they've done a new, it's a jingle, but I was thinking it was going to be like a whole song, like he was going to sing Domino's or something. No, it's just a little tiny clip. Take a listen.
Domino's.
Wow. I wonder how much he got paid for Domino's.
I don't know if those are his snaps. Did they bring in a stunt snapper? That's pretty interesting. Was there somebody else that did that? And is that person going to get some kind of residual? You know what's interesting?
I'm okay. I can snap.
What finger do you snap on?
What do you mean? The middle.
So
well, I snap from the middle to the index.
I snap on my third finger on my right hand, and I snap on my second finger on my left hand.
I can't make any noise doing that.
So it's third on this hand and second on this hand. I don't know why. Is that weird? What do you do, Annie?
It's got
Annie does it with her
this
first.
This one? Oh,
Annie does her first finger.
I can't even. All right.
Yeah, mine is third finger on left hand and I don't know why.
Wow.
We're weird.
Listen, when we come back, we'll be whistling.
We've got more on Coffee Country and Cody. Don't go away.
This is Coffee Country and Cody.
Chasing this dream for forever. This Christmas, I was finally going to be able to tell my parents that one of my songs was going to be a single on the radio. Hi, I'm Chloe. Would you like to hear a song? She was adorable. And her dad, I felt a little bit of a spark.
The muckety mucks from corporate, as if any of them would be able to recognize a hit country song if it bit them in the rear.
That is your first look at Music City Mistletoe. Shantell Ogden is with us. It's so good to see you.
It's good to see y'all. This is an amazing studio, by the way.
You haven't been in.
I haven't.
You?
I haven't been in the new one,
Okay.
and I love it. It's like you drive down into this little holler, and it's just it's beautiful.
It's fun. It's
beautiful.
our oasis.
Yeah,
back here.
yeah.
We have found it's easier to find us too, because as you well know, visiting is our hotel studio.
Right.
You make one wrong turn and you're doing 5 miles of cardio
Right,
before you ever find us again.
Exactly. And then there were all the people that sort of like smashed up against
Yeah.
the window while you were talking, and it was really. This is beautiful.
We still
this
get
is
some
an
of
oasis.
that.
Okay.
We still get some of that when the shades are up, definitely. But hey, congratulations.
Thank
because
you.
This has been a labor of love for how many years? How many years have you been sitting on the idea of writing your own movie, writing the songs around it? Like, you are the driving force behind all of this.
Well, that's a great question. I will say I've been living this movie for 20 years because I moved to Nashville in 2005 in the fall. So I just passed my 20-year anniversary of being here. And of course, in 2011, I started getting some of my own songs in film and TV. And then, a few years ago, I thought, I think I could write one of these movies. And because a lot of the movies I've done have been faith and family friendly films. And about a year ago, a little over a year ago now, I said, that's it. I'm doing this. And I had never written a screenplay before, but I sat down and I started writing.
Did you really Google how to write a screenplay?
I did. And I downloaded a Google template on how to format it. And I was like, you know what? I'm a songwriter.
Sure.
We start with a blank page every single time we sit down to write. So starting with a blank page and coming up with something wasn't a novel concept. The novel concept was, instead of a 3-minute movie, you're writing a 90-minute movie. And so you have to treat the characters really differently as you build the story.
That's so fun.
I feel so much happier because I can do nothing without doing a YouTube tutorial on how to build, make, cook, clean, fix, anything. So I feel so much better that you've said that.
Yeah. I mean, it was just, it was something I felt like I was telling a story that I knew, because it's about a struggling songwriter in Nashville pursuing her dreams of being a hit songwriter, and her publishing company's in danger of folding. And if you're in the music industry, you understand that that's a pretty common thing. And she's just struggling. And, it's a special thing to be a songwriter in Nashville because of the community, but it is also a really tough place to stay true to who you are and keep chasing those dreams when year after year, maybe things don't happen the way you think they would.
So back it up. You came in 2005.
Yes.
What was the dream then? And what were you coming to town with? I mean, people are like, I moved with my old truck and $35 in my bank account.
Right.
So what were the circumstances that got you here?
So I was coming to town with a degree from Berklee College of Music.
Incredible.
Because I had wanted to learn more about music. So I went there and I pulled into town in my Jeep, and I had a little U-Haul. And I think my goals back then were pretty clear. I just wanted to be a better songwriter. And I knew the best songwriters in the world lived in Nashville. And so I think that goal has come true for sure for me, in that if you write with hit songwriters like Steve Dean, who I worked with one of the songs on the record, and Bill White and others, if you write with those people, it's like playing tennis with someone who's better. Sure. You get better, right? And you pick up things that you can't learn in a classroom, because really the songs are the best teachers and the songwriters are the best mentors.
That's so very true.
Yeah.
So along the way, what were some of the life lessons that you took from being in Nashville and that you now see reflected in the script of Music City Mistletoe?
So I think that's another fantastic question. I think life is a journey for all of us. And I had a friend who used to say to me, Shantell, there's more than one view on the journey. And sometimes you think it's all about getting to that number one song or that big cut or that big thing. But I've learned to celebrate the moments that have come along the way, like hearing my song on a TV show that I was watching, or having friends that have succeeded with songs that I've written with them. And I think you just have to celebrate that journey. And you also have to trust a lot and have faith a lot in this journey for yourself. And in the script, there's this thread of faith, because I think Nashville will test your mettle as a person, and people leave after a year, after 5 years, after 10 years. But this idea that music is something that is a work in my life and it's a calling for me. And this songwriter in the film feels that way. She's in it for the long haul. She's in it because she loves music. She's in it for most of the reasons that people move to Nashville. We love songs. We like to write. We're committed to creating. And that's how she is. And she struggles with her faith along the way, like all of us do.
Well, it's any kind of faith, where you're talking about faith in your own ability or faith, a spiritual faith.
Yeah.
It's easy to have it when everything's going well.
That's
it's
right.
when you're tested, that's when the faith really comes through.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's what gets you through.
It's what gets you through. And I think, you know, even with this movie, I'll share this with y'all, but even with this movie, I was told by some folks in Hollywood that reviewed the script, they said, you need to take the prayers out. You need to take that aspect out because it's not going to be as marketable. But for me, authenticity's always been very important as a songwriter. And I thought, no, this songwriter, this story, to be authentic and to be real, that faith is there. Yeah. And just really thrilled that Up Faith and Family cable station is actually going to pick it up this year, and that will happen before it goes to streaming. So we'll announce the dates when we know them. Yeah.
Oh,
super
my
grateful
gosh,
about
that's
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
We're just learning that.
Yeah.
Well, I just am so very proud of you for following your heart and your passion. That's a scary thing to be like, hey, I haven't done this before. Why not? Let's give it a shot. And man, you followed all the way through. And we're going to do a screening. It's happening Monday.
Yep.
And if anybody wants to come, you said there's just a few tickets available still.
Yep.
It's going to be, this one is going to be at NCG Cinema in Gallatin. So you can log on to ncgmovies.com to get your tickets. But then you're also doing something, Commodore Grill. That's happening this weekend. Is that Saturday or Friday?
It's on Saturday.
Saturday.
So we actually shot part of the movie at the Commodore Grill because they have songwriter nights every single night, 7 nights of the week. And they're a phenomenal support to the songwriting community. So we're going to do a song celebration there on Saturday. It's free, open to the public, and we're going to be playing some of the songs live from the movie. But I want to make sure everybody knows y'all are in the movie.
We're in the movie!
Which is, I mean, amazing that you were willing to do that. But again, that goes back to the authenticity, right?
So
You
fun.
are Nashville and you
You're
are
so
Music
sweet.
City, and you're part of what makes the movie ring true.
It's so good. Music City Mistletoe, it checks all the boxes. And this is just the first of many that we are going to get from Shantell Ogden, because I know you got more in the hopper.
I do. Yeah.
And for two only children, you don't know how hard it was for us to wait for you to say that, because that would have been my
Well,
lead.
I'm an only child.
I am starring in this film.
I'm an only child
Well,
as
look
well.
at that. There it
And
is.
so
Okay.
it's important, right? Like, I'm like, we're not doing this segment without mentioning that.
Well, you might see some familiar faces if you look very closely and you're watching, but I am so thrilled for you and all the best. I know this, again, just the tip of the iceberg, because you got a lot. And it's so funny. You're meeting people when you were at the Opry and you met Ashley McBryde and she's like, I want to be in a movie. And I was like, woo.
I'm like, don't think I won't ask.
I know. So if you want to be in a movie and you are a songwriter in town, you let us know. We'll hook you up with Shantell. It's so good to see you.
You too.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again,
Thank
Commodore Grill, that's happening this weekend. And then on Monday, you can watch the screening. Just a few tickets left. NCG Movies is where you go. NCG in Gallatin. And we will be there watching the movie together.
And this, I believe, is our first Christmas song of the season.
Oh!
Yeah, the title track. Here
From
we go.
WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Yeah, but oh, Charlie, you just turned my speaker off.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I brought you a little. But I want to ask you a question. How would you like to be the next member of the Grand Ole Opry?
Yes, and thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh.
We just saw Charlie McCoy sneak attack on Kathy Mattea on the stage.
Charlie, you know, Charlie's such a good friend.
He is.
And we live across the street from
Right,
each other.
he's your neighbor. But the funniest part, that's one of the best, I think, you turn around, you can see, you literally jump out of your skin, because he was very quiet, like a little mouse coming up beside
Well, and I have to
you.
tell you, here's the other piece of that.
Yeah.
I was supposed to call him out on stage to play on 18 Wheels. And I forgot. And I'm like, Charlie, oh no. Oh, what? It was like,
why do you have roses?
Suddenly I'm singing it. I mean, if they hadn't done something, if somebody hadn't done something, I would have just plowed straight through the song and never invited Charlie on stage.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we didn't know that part of it.
Did he not look like a little boy?
Oh, my God.
Ask a girl out on a first date with those flowers.
Will you go to
It was
prom
so
with me?
cute. It was so precious.
He's an amazing person.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever get him in here on a morning show, he has great stories and he's just so alive at, like, I don't know, he's 83, 84.
He's walking right now, probably around the lake.
He walks 3 or 4 miles a day. And I watch him come down the hill to get his garbage can, and he walks like a 20-year-old. I mean, he's just amazing. I want to be just like him when I grow up.
Well, you hear that lung power when he does Orange Blossom Special on the harmonica.
It's insane.
And everybody loses their mind. I'm like, I'm out of breath watching him. I don't know how he does that.
And he played on the soundtrack of our lives. Here's my story, my little story about Charlie.
Yes.
We played at West Virginia Day because we're both from West Virginia, and we played at the base of the Capitol, and it was the 150th anniversary of the state. And he opened with an all-star band, and I closed the show. So I'm watching his set, and I look up, and he is playing trumpet with his right hand and bass with his left hand. That's Charlie. We called him to play harmonica on something. He said, I have some vibes. Do you want me to throw them in the van? I'll just put him in the van.
Yes. Yeah, bring all the vibes,
he just
man.
plays it. I mean, you just hand him something, he can play. He's amazing.
Love that.
So,
well, congratulations.
Thank you very
about
much.
to become the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, how does that feel? Has it sunk in? Is it going to take a while after? What are you thinking?
I am really honored. I mean, I am just really honored. It feels like, well, first of all, when you play the Opry, I've played the Opry a lot, they make you feel like a member. I mean, they just make you feel so welcome. And so I always just sort of feel like part of the family. But it feels like this lovely sort of nod to your body of work, you know, and to the history you have in the business and the people that you know. And it's just it's the sweetest feeling in my 60s to have this. It's a sweet thing.
Do you remember the first time you went to the Opry?
I remember being terrified.
Really?
I can remember, actually, I moved to Nashville when I was 19, and I wasn't old enough to wait tables. You couldn't serve alcohol in Tennessee unless you were 21.
Okay.
So I got a job at the Country Music Hall of Fame, and they sent us to all the tourist attractions so we could tell tourists about other things. And the first thing I did was take a tour of the Ryman. And I walked out on the stage of the original Grand Ole Opry, and all the hair on the back of my neck stood up. I got chills from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. I couldn't believe I was standing there. And that was really the first time, you know, that I was ever on the stage of the Opry.
Sure.
I don't remember my first time. I think because when you do the Opry, it's like, oh, you're visiting with all your friends backstage and you're hanging out, and there's the musicians and the crew guys, and then suddenly, oh my God, I'm on stage and there's 4,000 people and I'm singing and they're singing along, and then it's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a very unique experience. And sometimes I'm standing there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I won CMA awards on this stage. There's just so many memories from the years that it's sort of like coming home and touching your foot on home base.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
It's a 2-show night. So in the first show, you'll be inducted. By the second show, you're now a veteran. Welcome back, Opry star Kathy Mattea.
Yes.
But so many of your friends are going to be there. It's going to be cool. Charlie McCoy will obviously be there. Susie Boggess will be there.
My dear friend.
Terry Clark will be there.
Terry Clark, my old label mate and old friend.
Yep. And then Bill Anderson, Don Schlitz, and Connie Smith. And we just honored Connie last night for 60 years membership in the Opry.
Oh, I'm so glad you finally got to do that, because she got COVID, right?
Yeah, we had to give her a mulligan
time
on the first one.
I'm glad she's okay. I'm glad she came back and it all worked out. That's amazing, really. And to be 60 years and still sing like that.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of CMA Awards at the Opry House, did you almost miss your category, if I remember this story correctly?
Yes, you do remember this story. So it's the first award that I ever won. It was for Single of the Year for 18 Wheels, and I'm late for everything. In fact, I posted today. I was like, let the record show I am early.
You were
this
so
morning.
early this morning. Yeah.
So I missed the opening thing, and I think on the it was right before the show started, and I didn't have my tickets, and I just come walking out from backstage. I'm like, has anybody seen my husband? And someone pointed the way, and I sat down, and like 30 seconds later, Roger Miller calls my name. And I'm like, oh my God. I was mortified. It took me quite a few years to turn over a new leaf and become a person people could depend on. But my theory used to be, if you are a female country star and you are less than 15 minutes late, you are technically early.
I like that. Hey, we got a lot that we're working with. Hair, lashes, makeup, heels.
I'm here to tell you, and back then it wasn't even lashes, and it was perms, so you could let it dry and then like run your fingers through it and you were done. The first time I had to actually do my hair, it was a very sad day for me.
That perm smell is something you will
okay.
never
So
forget.
I used to have this lovely person who did all my perms, and they smelled like, I loved them because they smelled like apples, fresh apple juice.
Oh, okay. You
And
had
one-
somebody good. Mine
and
did
it
not
took
smell like that.
It took three,
Yeah,
it took 3 or 4 hours. And I had to go sign autographs at Fanfare in the afternoon, and the only time I could get the perm was in the morning. And there was no air conditioning at the fairgrounds.
No.
So I kept thinking, there's going to be a headline that says like 100 people faint from the fumes from my hair.
I want to go find that picture now. I bet those curls were looking
there was a
good,
strange
though.
scent of ammonia and apples at the Fanfare autograph signing today.
All right. Well, speaking of 18 Wheels winning, we're going to play it right now,
Okay.
including the video, the original
Oh,
video.
I love this video. And I will tell you,
Yes.
Christy, who's my backup singer, was my backup singer for a long time, is in this. John Mock, who was my first guitar player, for a long time, is in this, and they're both going to be there Saturday night. So there's a lot of old friends coming. It's been really, really nice.
All right, everybody. Here we go. 18 Wheels. It's our friend and soon-to-be new Opry star, Kathy Mattea.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Welcome back, everybody. WSM. We are hanging out with soon-to-be the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry, Kathy Mattea. And you pointed this out, Charlie. It's a 2-show night. So first show, you're inducted, and then second show is the first time that someone gets to introduce you
As an Opry member.
as Grand Ole Opry member,
Yeah.
Kathy Mattea.
Yeah.
That's so special.
Yeah.
Is that someone are you working
Mike
Saturday
Terry
night?
will
Mike
get
Terry.
that
Okay.
honor. So,
okay.
although I must say, I've been lucky. I've gotten the last 4.
That's
I've done T.
true.
Graham Brown, Lady Wilson, Stephen Curtis, and then Steve Earle.
Yes.
So, yeah.
that's
Steve Earle's
great.
reign as the newest member is very short.
Yeah.
Very short.
About 3 weeks.
That's okay. I used to sing demos for him. We can come in as sort of tandem.
I love him. He's just brilliant.
We've known each other
Yeah.
since we were very
Yeah.
young. Well, in fact, I signed my record deal on my 24th birthday, and Steve signed with CBS the same afternoon. And we had I lived on Music Row. We had a big party. Robert Orman was there. He was walking around. My babies are all graduating. He would say, "Oh, the youngins are all growing up." And so we go way, way back. It's sweet to see.
Well, I was joking with him that you're a fan of someone when you can tell them all the places you've seen them play that don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because I went to 12th and Porter, 328 Performance Hall,
328, Ace of Clubs.
Yeah, Ace of Clubs,
Ace of
and
Clubs.
Starwood Amphitheater. I saw him and the Dukes at all 4 of
Oh,
those.
my gosh.
So, and early, I mean, you played at a lot of cool places that sadly are not there anymore, right?
Yeah. Actually, the place I really cut my teeth, before the Bluebird opened, there was a place called Mississippi Whiskers. And the exit in was like the big writer's night then, and you couldn't get in. And so you'd cut your teeth at Mississippi Whiskers. And that was really, we were the class of 79. I moved here in 78, and there was a whole bunch of us that came in at the same time. And I'm still in touch with a lot of those people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever play at the Riders in the Sky played at a place called
Wind in the Willows. I used to go every Thursday night to hear them when I was 19 years old.
Oh my God.
Doug Green worked at the Hall of Fame, and I was a tour guide, and Doug was the oral historian, and they had this band, and that's what we would do. We'd go out on a Thursday night and hear Riders. It was right over by Jimmy Kelly's.
Yes. Like Louise, right
on
off
the,
of Elliston.
right on the same street.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it was like being part of an inner club. And then, I got to be on their TV show. I did a Christmas special with them. And, it's just a very sweet, to get to do the arc of a whole life with somebody and bump into them backstage at the Opry. It's just, and the last time, I think it wasn't the last time, it was a couple years ago. at this wonderful bass player named Eric. He's going to be there, Eric Fry. And Eric was playing we were just in the dressing room with the door open, and Eric's playing some old swing song, and he starts singing. And the next thing we know, all 4 riders are standing in the doorway singing the harmony. And he was just like, I can die and go to heaven now, because that was it was an amazing moment.
See, those are the moments that you're like, thank goodness I was there for all of that.
Oh, I know. Backstage at the Opry is like, that's why you lose your train of thought on the stage, because it's like a big family reunion backstage.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite nights with you at the Opry, was obviously you on stage, but even better to me was you and I standing next to each other watching Gary Mule Deer. And just laughing for 13 straight minutes.
He is so great. He's so great. The last time I was on, he was right before me, and I finally got to look at him and say, dude, do you have a greatest hits? How do you we pull out songs and we pace things and he said, I'm always writing, but I do have, and he said, I just have books and books and books full of stuff, and I'll recycle some stuff and then put some new stuff in. But, it's fascinating to think about the parallels and what's different.
Right.
Yeah. He's the one that it doesn't matter how many times you've heard the joke. It lands, and I'm cackling to myself side stage. I can tell the jokes now. We know the set, most of it, but when he's just him.
And it's so dense. It's like joke. It's so line after line after line after line, and you think, this is where he's going to fall on his face, and then suddenly you're crying.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the absolute best.
Can I tell you my favorite of the new batch of Gary Mule Deer?
Okay.
I think I love this more than anybody at the Opry loves this joke. Okay, a recent survey of Arizona voters found that 21% said illegal immigration is a serious problem. 79% said no está problema serioso. And I just cackle every time.
The first time you did that one, I was cackling. It's so fun.
Good.
So just being here, you said you came in 78.
Yeah.
Was it?
I was 19.
Was it on the dream board to be a member of the Grand Ole Opry?
Oh yeah. All that. Well, here's the thing. I was listening to you guys coming in, and this young kid
Thunderstorm
Artis. Thunderstorm. You kept saying his first name. I was like, Thunderstorm?
Yeah.
Then he talks like he's in junior high, and when he sings, he sounds like a full-grown man. I'm like, well, how do you do that?
Yeah.
But he was talking about his dream board. I didn't have a dream board. I just wanted a more interesting life. I was going to be an engineer, and I studied physics and chemistry, and I was in college to do that, and I started playing music, and there was a point where I realized I feel more like myself when I'm playing music than when I'm doing math and science. And so the opportunity came to move, and I thought, if I don't go to Nashville for the rest of my life, I will wonder what would have happened. And so even getting a no, there's no room for you here, or it's not good timing, or you're not good enough, even getting a no was going to give me some peace, because at least I would have the answer and I could move on clean. So I didn't nail it down too much. I just wanted to see if there was a place for me here, and a place for me in music. And, getting a record deal and making records and then having them mean something to someone else is like your ultimate dream. And being on the Opry as a member of the Opry is part of that. But, you don't know if that's going to happen. So I just left it all out there and let God decide, as I walked through it, I just try to celebrate the victories. And as Lionel Cartwright said to me years ago, he said, I just follow the open doors. I thought it was a sweet thing.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
The open door is going to be backstage at the Grand Ole Opry this weekend, friend. Walking right through it.
Yeah,
and
they can hang my picture in that dressing room that I'm always in.
Which one is your favorite? Which one is your favorite dressing room?
Well, I always get the Women of Country dressing room.
Okay.
I think it's like, it's a number on the floor. I can see it. I think it's like 18 or something, because it's like 18 wheels. I'm like, they always put me in dressing room 18.
Well, and do we always put the person who's being inducted into Welcome to the Family?
Oh, they might. That might happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw the framed photo last night. That's all I can say.
I
won't
give it away.
I have to tell you guys.
I don't know where it is. It was just in the office. It's waiting to be hung.
Okay.
A couple of times ago when I was on, they put me in a different dressing room. I get lost on an airplane. I couldn't find my way to the bathroom. It's like, I can't remember what direction. And I already have trouble because before the big flood.
You were a tour guide.
Well, no, before the big flood,
sure,
the men's and women's dressing rooms were flipped backstage. So I always immediately go to the men's dressing room. So anyway, I'm already challenged.
Anybody who's backstage this coming weekend, if you see
Please
Kathy
help
Mattea
me.
wandering around in the men's room, could you please show her to the front of the stage? That is where she's going to be inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. We love seeing you. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to close. I never realized until I just looked it up now. Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings
wrote
wrote
this
455
song.
Rock.
I got to sing it with them once on a show they used to do on TNN that was a songwriter thing where people sang with the people, and the three of us got to sing it together. And that was, I mean, their chemistry and their musical sensibility is so amazing. And I got to do that with them one time. And, this song is very light and stuff, but it's really well written. It's just, it's got a real intelligence to the way they thought it out. And it's a pleasure to sing every night.
455 Rocket. We're playing it right now on WSN. Thank you for coming to see us.
Thanks for having me,
Congratulations.
Kelly.